I wanted to highlight the amount of current that's associated with different types of power systems. And the reason I'm highlighting this is to show you that, in the days of the utility power system, we had relatively low levels of incident energy for most of our systems. But as we started to add on to the overall distributed power source by adding in generators or inverters associated with PV arrays or even UPS systems, that has kind of changed the mix of incident energy. And part of that is that incident energy is involved with the amount of current that's available, but also the trip time of your overcurrent protective device. One area I want to highlight is right at the 1000 kVA level, and we'll see why here in the next slide. But at 1000 kVA, three-phase, 480 volt system, the nominal full load current for that system would be 1200 amps. And we have a 1200 amp breaker for that. In the older days, when we started looking at the fault currents associated with those types of systems, and it was just a transformer through the utility power system, we would end up in somewhere in the neighborhood of 21 to 22,000 amps of short circuit current, depending on the impedance of the transformer. For a generator, we end up with something that's considerably lower. We're looking more in the lines of 5,500 amps of short circuit current. And then the inverter, whether it's PV array or from a UPS, we're looking at much lower levels, which is in the neighborhood of 3,500 amps of short circuit current. In the 2014 version of the National Electric Code, Article 240.87, they introduced some requirements associated with arc flash and mitigation of those systems. So anytime we're looking at a breaker that's 1200 amps or greater, we're now required to do something to mitigate the incident energy associated with people that could be working on or near that energized electrical system. And the methods of arc flash mitigation include zone interlocking, differential relaying, a maintenance switch with indicators, arc flash mitigation, instantaneous trip, instantaneous override, or any other type of approved method to reduce the amount of incident energy. And so let's take